Hello and welcome to another vlog and another adventure. As you can probably tell by our surroundings in the background thus, we're not at home anymore. In fact, we're 405 miles away from home. The holiday didn't start off quite in the same way as what I'd planned it to be. As you all know by now, I bought myself a nice little van and I made a bed for it, and we had a little cooker in it and stuff like that, and the plan was we were going to have a week away in sunny old Scotland. Well, it's always sunny when we come anyway, but in sunny old Scotland, or bonny Scotland, and we're heading to the Isle of Harris and Lewis. That's the plan. We've got 4 days over there, but on the way we were going to have 2 pit stops on the way up. And pit stop 1 was in Fife, and I was going to go and visit one of my bucket list locations of the Zigzag Pier. But Mr. Alistair Mann, a follower of mine, and we've had a few chats on the phone a few times, and he told me it's a rubbish time to go. So I think he jinxed it, and he did something to my van to stop me going. Because halfway up the motorway, or about 100 miles up the motorway, the van died on us. This holiday has not started off in the best frame, has it? Look at me poor little bus sitting on the top of the big little bus. Not good, is it? Oh well, go home, get the cougar, and we'll start again tomorrow. Life is life. And yes, I suppose there's a lot of people out there probably laughing about it. And we are really, but we don't care. We took the car, we got the AA out, they took us home, we've left the van there, it's going back to the garage, it's under warranty, they're gonna have a look at it, and chucked all the stuff in the car, and we've come away in the car, so all well that end wells really. We're in Scotland, we're in a little place called Nairn, not far from where we're stopping. So we thought we'd have a bit of a recce. It's about 1 in the afternoon, is it? About 1 o'clock, so the sun's up. It's a bit cloudy, it's quite nice. There's some snow on the mountains, which you can't see obviously there, but over in the back there's some snow on the top of the mountains, which is really nice. We came up through the Cairngorms, snapped a couple of quick snaps through the window of the car while Denise was driving, as you do. Because we just wanted to get up here. It was a long drive, it was a 7.5 hour drive, I say 400 miles. So yeah, we're here, we're having a walk along the beach, chilling out, cup of tea, and just see what's around here. Now, we're heading away from where we're actually stopping. We're going to a place a bit further down the coast. I think it's about 40 odd miles, maybe 50 miles down the coast. Again, talking to Alistair, and he said, oh, you're not staying far from the place we're going to, and this place is high on my bucket list. There's a few photographers that have been there. I know that Kim Grant's been there, and this is her doorstep. I did try and give her a shout, but she's busy this week. And I also know that Brendan Van Son's just been there as well. So yeah, high on my bucket list of places to visit, so that's where we're going to go for this evening. Sunset, I think it's a sunrise location, but we've only got the sunset to do it in, because we've got to get going early in the morning to go and get the ferry. So yeah, we're having a walk around here, just thought we'd say hello, tell you we're in Scotland. This is what you're going to see probably for the next, I don't know, 3 or 4 episodes. 6 months. Yeah, for the next 6 months we're in Scotland again. You know what I did last time, didn't you? No, I'm going to try and keep it down if I can. Do snippets and jump in and jump out, but I can't promise you anything. As you know, my vlogs always end up twice as long as I promise them. So yeah, we're going to have a look here, and then we're going to head up there and do a sunset location. If I do take any photos here, which I very much doubt, or if I do, there'll only be snapshots. I've got the Fuji around my neck. If I take a few snapshots, I'll bob them up for you when I stop talking. And yeah, we'll see you at the next location, and I'll tell you where that is. See you in a bit. So we're here. Weather's not great. Weather's not great at all. It's gone a bit overcast. This is a sunrise location, You probably recognise it straight away as soon as I flip the camera around, but I'm going to save it until I get to this little viewpoint, and it's pretty awesome actually. It's pretty awesome, and it's quite big. It's yeah, it's quite impressive. There's definitely a photograph to be taken, and whether it's any good or not because of the conditions is another matter. And this is where we are. Do you recognise that? Fiddle Rock. So we're in Scotland, as you can see, and we're in Port Nookie. Nookie or Nookie, whatever it is. We're going to have a little bit of an explore around here. We're going to walk down. There's a little cave down there I've just noticed, so we're going to head down and get in that cave and have a bit of a look. That's definitely an image. So I will be taking a shot of that, obviously from lower down there. So we'll head down, go and get a photograph. We're going to hang around a couple of hours because the light every so often does pop around through the clouds. So you can see there it's quite cloudy, but there's a few sun rays just pointing through over there. So every so often you do get a little bit of light. So hopefully we'll get a bit of light on that. Like I say, it's a sunrise location, obviously because the sunset rises over that way and sunset goes behind us. So we're not going to get much light on it, but you never know what we might get. And you know me, you know us, we will take an image no matter. We're here. It's a keepsake, it's a record. I even like it from here. It's a bit strange, not the best shot from here, but you can see that, look at the way it fits in that lovely little V there. So I will take a shot here, and there's a few daffodils just dying off down in the corner here, so I will pop a shot from there as well. Maybe a selfie from there. It looks pretty cool. But yeah, let's go down and have a look in this cave, go and get a closer look at the Fiddle Rock, and you know, dream of what we could have had if the weather was right. Let's get down there and have a look. Plus. Hello, here I am. Yeah, guess where we are? I'm inside that cave. That's where I've just come in from, which is pretty cool. Denise is standing outside, and yeah, I'm going to spin you around, but you're going to blow the highlights out a little bit. There's outside. It's pretty cool, isn't it? So these are the kind of adventures. Now I do enjoy these kind of adventures. See if I can get up here a little bit higher. Oh. I'm not the first person to come in here, and I'm sure I won't be the last person to come in here. Oh, I want to get up the top here, but I can't with my bag like that. Look at that. Wicked, wicked, wicked. Right, I need to get back down there and find the wife. No? You're not coming in?
I am not. There's only you, stupid enough to do that.
She won't come in. What's up with you?
It's just a bit dodgy looking.
Of course it's dodgy looking. It is actually.
It's look at it, isn't it?
It is actually, look at this.
Looks
Big
like
slabs there.
Just give way at any minute.
Yeah, it does look a bit dodgy looking, doesn't it? That piece there, because it looks like it could drop, but oh well. In for a penny, in for a pound. You only live once, didn't you?
There's a little bird's nest.
Just come round the corner, and there she is. And look at this. I know, I've just said it's not the perfect light. Maybe monochrome, I don't know, maybe we can do a black and white on it because the light's not great. Now I know it's not perfect light on this, but that is awesome. That is proper wicked. And we've got leading lines. Look at this, we've got leading lines. If you come back over this way, even though the wife stood in the way a little bit, there we are. As you come, oh, where was I? I moved around here, didn't I, somewhere? As you come around here, it opens itself up and comes into this gap, and you've got this nice leading line coming sort of through there. So you can use the track that people have obviously walked into as a leading line. So yeah, there's an image to be had, even if it's not epic light. The birds flying around the top's pretty cool. It's dead calm as well, there's no waves smashing around, it's dead calm. probably quite a lowish tide, I would have thought, looking at the tide line. Oh, look at these pebbles for colours, isn't that cool? That's cool, just a big splodge of sandstone colour pebbles. They look quite good, yeah. And we've also got a leading line there as well, look at that, leads you out to it. But the closer you get, with the water level being low, the closer you get, it's disappearing, it's not segregated anymore. But I might have a walk out on them rocks and get as close as I can to it, just to have a look, see how much epicness it's got. Hang on, we're on fossils. Could be fossils, yes. You never know, there's bound to be fossils around these sort of places, isn't there? It's a bit Jurassic-y. Another cave, look at this. Oh, exciting, we like these sort of adventures, don't we? Let's take you on an adventure. Now it's strange because I've seen images of this place. Brendan Van Son was here a few weeks ago. He was doing, I think, a tour, photographic Britain thing, I think, and he was here, he took a picture of it. But no one showed you that cave. No one, I'm sure no one's taken you in that cave, and I'm pretty sure no one's taken you in this one. So this is one of the Compton adventures, and we always go that little bit further, don't we? And we show you all the rubbish that's around the good stuff. So let's have a trundle down here and see what we've got in this little cave. Interesting. This is where things fall on your head, isn't it? And remember I gave you that warning before where you don't just take risks. Oh, I just frightened the life out of me. Something's just flown out of here and scared the poop out of me. Yeah, it's not much bigger than this, but pretty cool anyway. Yeah, I love all this stuff. God, the birds flying out everywhere. They're frightening the life out of me. Stupid. Right, where's the wife gone? Oh, yeah, we like adventures like this. Here she is. And I'm not going to kid you. I'm not going to pretend. But we're both tired. We've been on the go since 4 o'clock this morning. We got up. I know it doesn't sound early, but when you get up at 4 o'clock and you jump in the car at 4:30 and you drive 400 odd miles, and then when you get to where you're going, you drive another 50 miles. And I've had 2 10-minute naps. She's had 10 minutes nap. So yeah, we're pretty. Oh, I've had nearly an hour, she says. I did while she was driving. I had half hour, and then I had half hour just a minute ago. So yeah, I've had a little bit more than she has, bless. But Mrs. C's made of that tough stuff, ain't you, dear? Yeah. 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 No, we're a bit tired. I probably sound a bit random and a bit scatty, and yeah, I'm not going to joke. I am a little bit tired. So let's get a shot of this before it gets darker, because there's some really looming clouds behind there. Yeah, and shut up for 5 minutes maybe, give your ears a rest. So I'll catch you in a minute when I've got a composition set up. Get me a little camera. I'm going to get the Fuji out. I haven't got my big lens. I'll get the Fuji out and put it on the tripod you're on, and just get a few snapshots. It's not worth me going crazy at the moment. We'll see what they look like. If it look good for the Fuji, I'm going to run back up to the car, which literally, if you've never been here and you want to come here, is literally the other side of that bit of hill there. I'm not kidding you, we've actually parked, I don't know, it was 50 yards, 100 yards. That's how close this place is. I thought you'd have to walk over hills and cliffs and everything to get here, but you don't. You come through a housing estate, pull up on a car park and walk down here. Simple. Right, get a photograph. I swapped you to the little Pixie Pro thingy, put it on the little tripod, and I've got my little vlogging Benro camera, and I've got my Fuji on it, as the Fuji's only light. I think I've just got a little epicness, stop saying epicness. I've been watching Photo Tripper from America. He lives on Vancouver Island. I've been watching him over the last few weeks, him and Mr. Uncle Grumpiness, and I'm picking up on some of his key words he keeps saying, and he's so funny. If you don't watch, I'll tell you what, I'm going to pop a link up for you, because I think he's so funny. They're both Englishmen, and I can't remember my Uncle Grumpiousness his name, but he was Landscape Photographer of the Year last year. So yeah, they're pretty good. I've got my good lady helper here, Denise, watching the clouds behind me. She's light spotting. And as the light comes across over the top here, let's make sure the camera's still on. I've got a composition set up.
Yeah,
It's quite a nice simple composition. Here comes the light. Let's just get ready for the 2-second timer as the light comes over. Oh, it wasn't on 2 seconds, but that's good enough. I'll take another one. Quick 2-second timer.
No, it's alright, you're okay.
We've got a bit of a patch. Focus on the background. ISO 200. 2-second timer. F7.1. Yeah, you can see the lights on my face. But there's the shot. Leading line from this bit here. Bow fiddle rock in the background. And that really does stand out nice. When that little bit of sunlight's just catching it, it's actually quite nice. And I love all the birds sitting on the side and flying around the top. I had the camera, I've got the Fuji out, the X-T2, it's bracketing, so it's taking a shot under and a shot over, just to make sure I've got it all. But to be honest, one exposure is plenty. I've just taken one from down there, slightly closer to that little area there. Just because the light was there and I was quickly got the camera out, put it on a tripod, really not a lot of planning. The line was leading in, I flipped the camera up onto a vertical, took a shot like that, brilliant, I've got it. So I captured it while that light was there, just in case the cloud's gone again, you see, behind. So yeah, and then I've run up here. The reason I've come up here is the water level's so low, and you'll see it in the image, you'll see the line around the bottom of the rock. The water level's so low that I needed to come up a little bit higher to get that slight water separation just between the end of the rocks where the leading line is. And I've just about got it from here, only just. But we will be going further up the hill and we're taking some more pictures further up. And again, I've got to get myself that epic selfie. I'm going to take a couple. I'm going to take one that's over there, maybe one stood on the rock as well. But yeah, at least I've got an image, at least I've got something. But the light's now gone behind a massive big cloud, so the selfie won't be quite as good. But the clouds are moving quick. What I may do is, like I say, run up and get the Canon out of the car and set up a really long exposure, because the clouds are moving sideways, and with this not moving, it'd be quite nice. The water will be smooth and the clouds will all be moving. I've got a 10 stop on me, so I might put that on the Fuji to try it out. But we're fighting for the light and just hanging around, and when we get a spot of light, it's pretty cool. But yeah, first shot in the bag, brilliant. Just been messing around doing our selfies as we normally do, and got my epic selfie, and it makes a change, but I'm getting a selfie of the wife. Mrs. C's involved again. So alright babe, done. So yeah, just got her up on the rock, and I tried to do her slightly different. I tried to frame her with the arch and the fiddle. So yeah, alright. So yeah, now she's got a selfie. This is going to start off a bit of a trend and a craze, isn't it? We're all used to seeing me standing in front of the camera. We're not used to seeing Mrs. C, are we? So yeah, let's see if we can involve the good lady wife this week and get a few, a good few selfies of her as well. And I'm sure I'll get some thumbs up from everybody for that, won't I? Boo! So yeah, epic place, really cool. Gonna get a few more photographs, and yeah, I'll chat in a bit. Yep, the big bag's out. Got the Canon on my shoulders. I can't come to a place like this and not get the big camera out, can I? I'll only go home, look at my Fuji images and say, God, I wish I had the big camera. But, in all fairness, the light's gone. But, also, there's a lot of buts and whatnots going today, isn't it? I'm having a bit of a virgin moment. I bought this big monster of a tripod at the camera show. It's the Benro TMA 48CXL. It's 2.1 meters high with a column, a little bit taller than what I need it to be, but, and people always say, why do you need such a big tripod? Well, I will show you one day why you need a big tripod. It had been enlightened to me over the last couple of months or so, why you would need a really big tripod. So I will show you at some point why you need a big tripod. But it's also a bit too big for me to be lugging up the top of mountains. But like I say, I'm only 500 yards or 100 yards away from the car, so perfect opportunity to break it out and yeah, give it that virgin moment. And also on the top we have a B2 tripod ball head. The reason it's a B2 and not a B4 or bigger is the B2 takes up to 16 kilos, I think it is, 15-16 kilos. When am I ever going to put more than that on there? I don't own a 600 2.8, so there's no point. So this tripod head is £100 cheaper than the B4 and makes sense for me. I've also coupled it up with, and I will just stop and show you this because this is absolutely fantastic. And I'm going to do another bit of a name drop, Mr. Thomas Heaton. He does a lot of this leveling heads. Let's put you down a moment. Where are we? He does a lot of, he uses the leveling heads where you go underneath and level it. Well, this thing here is, I'll show you the name of it because I can't pronounce it. Just there. There we go, there, yep. This is a self-leveler. And basically, you undo it and you can now level the ball head. Absolutely fantastic. It's got its own spirit level on it, and it is a massive spirit level. So it's perfect for getting it bob on. So you set that up and away you go. Panoramics all day long. All right, so absolutely fantastic. I can't put a link on because there are no links, affiliated links, but if you're interested, drop me a line and I'll let you know who makes these. Absolutely fantastic. It's extremely lightweight, extremely small, and it's the first time I've ever bought anything like this, so I'm absolutely buzzing that I've got something a little bit new, a little bit different, and should make the job of making panoramics and getting the tripod level a lot easier. Right, so onward. What are we going to do with this shot? No idea now this light's gone in. What I am going to do, I'm going to set up and I'm going to take a really long exposure, put the big stopper on, and get the clouds, what clouds are moving around, and smooth out all the water. So Denise has gone off looking at some boats, so if she gets a good image I'll pop it up for you and let you see. We're also donning these. Aren't they pretty? So it means I can grab hold of this and I can say, "Are you alright, dear?" And hopefully you get a reply. Isn't that cool? So I was just showing off on camera for you, so say hello to everybody. Nothing's up, I'm just showing off on camera. Do you want to say hello?
Hello! Look up, dear, I'm above you.
She's at the top of the rock. Where are you? Oh, there she is. She's there, right behind me. Look at that, up there, up the top. So yeah, these are really good. Another one that I've seen.
Get a decent picture, but dude, in an orange jacket in my way.
That's rude, isn't it? She just said there's some nerd in an orange jacket in the way of a good shot. Never mind, eh? So yeah, an absolutely fantastic idea. Again, I'm going to name drop Thomas Heaton, Simon Baxter. This is from your idea. You were doing this up in Scotland in the snow a few months ago, and I thought, what an absolutely brilliant idea. I've got radios I used to use on my motorbike, so I bought these cheap little Motorollas. I should be able to put a link down the bottom for you, because I know a lot of people I've had people asking me about different bits and pieces I use, me cup, me bags, all sorts of bits. So yeah, I'll drop a link in for these. Absolutely brilliant, really good. So it means I can shout the wife, make sure she's all right. She can shout me if I've gone walking off over the cliffs and in the rocks and caves and stuff like that. So yeah, highly recommended if you do take a few naughty pathways. So yeah, right, come on cameras, let's get this tripod virginess sorted out and get the Canon out. Love the birds on the top there at the moment, and let's get a photograph. Camera set up as you can see now behind me, just barged Denise as I normally do, and then we've just got a lovely little bit of light. After me telling you that the clouds are coming across and we weren't going to get a lot more, it's broke again. So it really is unpredictable. We're still cooking at the moment. It's just finished. It looks pretty cool. Like I said, this is the classic shot, the classic direction, very simple. I put the Fiddler's rock bang in the middle at the top of the top thirds, and I've got the line of the leading rocks coming in from the bottom thirds. Piled on a load of filters. I've got the polarizer on, as you can see. Let's buzz you around here. I've got the polarizer on just to bring some of the glare down off the water. I've put a 0.6 soft ND grad in just to tone the sky down a little bit, and I've also got the 10 stop in, which is just smoothing everything out. Quite nice, quite classic but simple, but it's good, and I love the way the lights come out. We're going to lose the light again in a minute. I'll see if I can flip the camera over and do a horizontal one and try and move from a slight angle, which gives you a bit more of a leading coming through the image. But yeah, quite pleased with that really. I wasn't thinking I was going to get it. So my virgin moment with my tripod's done, and let's go and get a few more. I've just had to switch the camera back on. There's two guys come down who just had a walk down here. I've just been talking to them, telling them of course I'm a vlogger, as you do, plug in for the old subscriber. And I've just come over and said, oh, this is a fancy looking L bracket on here. Have a look at this, look at this. And as I got closer, it's a Hasselblad. I've never been this close to a Hasselblad. And this probably isn't one of those cheap old things that you stick that funny stuff in and you wind it round. This is a proper job. So, yeah, I'm well impressed. He's not just anybody, is he? You might find he's some famous landscape photographer that I don't know about and feel really stupid when I go home and someone says, you don't know who that is? But well renowned. If he's well renowned, I'll tell you, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to eat me moth on the top of my camera. Yeah, that's proper cool. This is a Hasselblad, guys.
It's an X1D Hasselblad as well.
It's a what?
X1D.
It's an X1D, if that means anything to you guys, because it means absolute zero to me, but that's an X1D, and by the sounds of this guy here, that sounds pretty good. So yeah, and he's not messing around either, not with this thing, you know, he's interested as well. So yeah, we're all waiting for the sun to come out, which we're not getting at the moment, but we might do. It's we're watching it. There's a bank of cloud, but it is coming across, and we might be lucky to get a little bit more. I think I've already got me shot though, but I'd like one more with a bit of light on it. That'd be quite nice. And then I'll try and find a bit more of an interesting composition. Maybe get up on the rocks, try and find something a bit different, something a bit dangerous like normal. But yeah, pretty good. A Hasselblad next to me. How cool is that? And I've got a poxy old Canon. These guys were saying your work's not done until it's on paper, printed and hung on the wall. So I'm going to take a tip from that, and I'm going to try doing some myself. Getting them professionally printed, because my printer's knackered, and get some up on the wall. I'm sure Mrs. C will love that. Maybe some with me. That'd be good, wouldn't it? Yeah, something she can throw darts at, she said. That's not very nice, is it? So yeah, all in all, I think we've had quite a nice little evening. We're both tired. We're going to try and find a chip shop in a minute. I will get a couple more shots though before we go, and then I'll check out and see you in a bit. I've now come up onto the rocks, you can see her. And as you notice there's an absolutely stunning little image, I think, just there. This guy here, what's her name again?
Yeah, Ronnie.
Ronnie, I keep calling him this guy. So Ronnie is actually shooting the shot that I might take a bit of a look at in a moment. Just standing up on this rock, I noticed this line down here, and the pool's now full of water. Before there used to be a gap underneath it, I'm not sure we can still see it. But that looks quite nice. There's some lovely little crustaceans, or whatever you want to call them, on the edge of the rock, so that looks pretty cool. But at the moment I've come up high, reason being, and the tripod, as you can see, is way above my head, which is pretty cool. Tide's coming in now, so there's a lot more water around these foreground rocks, and the water's come all the way around this lot here in front of me, just there. So what I've tried to do now is fit this in, use it from the bottom left hand corner. I've gone vertical, taking you up into the Fiddler's Rock, and it's really, really nice. There's no light on it, but it doesn't really matter. I think it's making its own interest because of the textures and the grit in the stonework and the rocks. It's just making its own. They're nice soft images. They're really, really quite cool. And the birds, I mean, I'm shooting long exposure, but I'm going to have to take a bit of a quicker one, I think, in a moment, just to get some of the birds that are just flying around, because they look really cool, stopping on top of the, you know, flying over the top of the rock. They're actually making that shot quite nice. But yeah, these are real simple classic shots. I mean, you could probably get some really quite unique stuff using the lines in the rocks and the lines in the boulders and stuff like that, but you can't help but take the classics. That's what we're here. I'm here. The first time I'm here, I'm going to take the classics home with me. Next time I come, I'll look for something a bit more interesting. But I'm not missing the time I've got. And I've just noticed there's a big crack in the rock up there as well. Look at that. Awesome. So yeah, this is the shot. I'm on f13, I think. Let's see if I can switch it back on again. Battery's going low. Right, I'm on f13, about 20 seconds. So that's smoothing all the water out. It's getting a little bit of movement in the clouds. The clouds aren't moving quite as quick as what they were before. But yeah, 20 seconds, it's smoothing all the water out really nice. So let's change it slightly now. I think we'll try and just get a little bit more solidness to the water, just to make it look more like water. And yeah, that's a couple of images done from this position then. And then we'll move down there when Ronnie's done what he's doing, and we'll try and use that if we can, because I think that looks quite epic as well down there. And the pool of the water's rushing in and out, and you're getting a nice little bit of froth. So yeah, quite enjoying this. I'm now down on the bottom, come back down here next to the water's edge, as you can see. This little rock pool's starting to fill up now quite nicely. There's a little bit of metal work there, which I actually quite like, a bit of concrete, so we don't know what was there before, but there was obviously something there of man-made-ish structure. But it's a nice little arc, it's a nice little pool, it's nice and round, and again it leads you over, takes you through from the bottom of the image, takes you through to the rocks in the middle, over to Fiddler's Bow, or Bow Fiddle. In the distance, and the sea's trying to grab me then. We're leaning down on the image, so it's making the foreground quite prominent. But yeah, it's quite a nice shot. 13 seconds, 8 seconds between the two. F8 as normal, because that's about the sharpest this lens is going to be. Yeah, I think we're nearly done here, to be honest. Denise has gone back up to the car. It's gone quite chilly. And you know I've all got those new gloves. I've left them in my bag, so I need to go and get me gloves. But I'm not going to hog this spot. I'm just going to check the image, make sure I'm happy with it. But yeah, that's me done in this little spot. I'm going to have a little bit of a walk around, just take the camera handheld, see if I can find something a bit different. If not, then that'll be it. So bear with me 2 minutes and I'll be back on. One last shot. I'm going to stop around for a little bit longer, maybe. Denise has gone back up to the car like I just said, so she's tired. I'm feeling it a little bit as well. I'm flagging a little bit. The light's pretty much the same all the time now. What I am doing though, I'm just trying something a bit different again. I've moved right round to the other side of the beach, and it's only a tiny little beach, but I've come right over to the right hand side, and I've framed the edge of the Fiddler's Bow with the edge of the rock on the cliff face. And I've got the leading line still leading in, the water levels come up a lot more. Just finished doing it. I've had it on a timer, and I had it on a 2-minute exposure, and the beauty with the Canon dead battery, as normal. Yeah, I had it on a timer. The beauty with the Canon 5D Mark IV is you've got a built-in timer on it. I can set it up for 2 minutes, so I set up the app on my phone, which I've showed you before, but I'll show you again. Let's bring it up, one moment, bear with me. Right, the app on the phone I was using is this one, which is the Lee IRND filter, and if you can see on there, you can scroll it round. It was at 1/8 of a second, so I put it on 1/8 of a second, which we can just about see there, which was giving me 2 minutes. So I set it up for 2 minutes 10 seconds. Dead easy to use. I've done a video for it before. Can't remember which one it was in, but yeah, I think it was a Derwent Water one when I went to the Millennium Stone. Showed you how to use the app. So yeah, 2 minutes 10 seconds. Let's have a quick look at the image, see what it looks like. Not bad. Not bad at all. Bit of movement in the clouds, nice smooth water. So yeah, pretty enjoyable that one. I'm going to do one last shot, because as much as the vertical looks nice, I want to do a horizontal. I like the horizontal because they fill the whole frame, so when you're viewing them and when I'm putting them up, it fills the whole of this frame and you get to see a full image. So I'll flip it over, do another 2-minute exposure, and that's it. I think I'm going to call it there. So yeah, good little episode this one, hopefully. Hopefully not too long, but probably as long as all the rest, because you know what I'm like, do a lot of talking, a lot of chops in, and show you everything I get up to. So yeah, My Virgin moment on my big Benro's good. Had the tripod up really high, as you've seen, and looking down on images, which is great. So first impressions, absolutely loving it. So it's going to come in handy, that will. As for the light's been pretty soft, pretty simple, but still enjoyed it. One of my bucket list, tick it off now, and we'll come back on a sunrise one day. But yeah, till next time, don't forget to watch the next few weeks, because we're going to have some epic adventures over on Harris and Lewis, and also on the journey back home as well. So yeah, stay with it, stick with us, and hope to see you in the future. And for now, ciao. See you next time. Bye.